And my teacher at the time, Mrs. Donnelly, taught me everything that she knew about video production. I was a junior in high school, and she said to me, she pulled me up to her desk one day and she said, Jude, you're really, really talented at this. I think you should start a business. And in the moment that she said that, I immediately hesitated because I am the last of 10 children, and my all of my siblings went to college. My mom worked at a chair construction factory, and my dad was a construction worker. He built buildings, and so I had no entrepreneurs in my family, none whatsoever. And so the thought and the idea of being an entrepreneur, I had no idea what that meant, like to run a business, especially at 17 years old. But I'll never forget, Michael, the following day, May 5th, 2006, Mrs. Donnelly came into the classroom with a yellow envelope, and she handed it to me. And I was like, what is this? And she said, open it up. And inside of this yellow envelope was my first set of business cards. And that was the day that I got started in filmmaking. I got started in running a business. As a matter of fact, I still have the very first card from that pack that I still carry on my desk because it is a testament to that moment. Now, the name Video Precision by Charles, I can't remember how that even came about, but that's how I got started. I got started because my teacher saw a talent in me, and she pushed me to get to say, like, hey, you can start a business. There is no reason why you can't. Even though, yes, you're 17 years old, you don't know what you're doing or want to do, you can still start a business and make money. And so I did that. I started 15 years ago. And at first, the first 5 years were a bit rocky because I was doing small birthday parties and retirement parties and small weddings. But it wasn't until I met with Keyshia. Keyshia is the entrepreneur who started a cosmetic business, and she wanted to document the journey, and that was my wheelhouse. That's what I wanted to do.
Interesting. And how long
Yeah.
did you do that documenting process?
For Keyshia, it was 3 years, but it
Wow.
wasn't. I didn't realize the power of it until after the first year. I woke up out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up to the sounds of chains hitting the floor, and it was always a nightmare of mine to hear these chains hitting the floor. And I jumped up out of bed. I ran outside, and what it was when I heard the sounds of the chains were this tow truck driver coming to repossess my car for the second time in 8 months. And I walked back in the house. I sat on the edge of my bed, my hands in my head in my hands. And I got a phone call from Keyshia Kayor at the time, and she said she got really excited when I picked up the phone. She was like, Jude, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. And I'm like, what happened, Keyshia? And she said, I just got off the phone with my accountant, and I've been doing this business for 12 months, and he said I just crossed over the 7-figure mark. So at this point in business, I had been in business 5 years. Keyshia had been in business for 1 year. She made $1 million. And for context, I only made, at that point, only $3,000 off of the documentary project. And it wasn't until that moment that I realized there was power in what I was doing. And it wasn't just that I was holding a camera, but it was that I was telling Keyshia's story. And the story wasn't about building a business of selling colored lipstick, like purple, green, blue lipstick. It was more about she was teaching about women empowerment. That she wanted women to feel comfortable in their own skin, and that's really why she started the business. It's really the story that we told. But it was that moment that led me to realize that, to make me realize, like, oh my gosh, I am helping entrepreneurs tell their story so that they can sell more products or services. That's what the story I need to be telling when I meet with clients. So yeah, that was when I realized the power of what I was doing.
Thank you for joining me in this segment of the Free Mike Podcast. You can catch the full episode in Rumble, Minds.com, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you enjoy my content, please consider leaving a like, Rumble, or subscribe for future content.